Hello, welcome to another fantasy football tournament series, number 70. This is the Semifinalists Cup. And what is this? So, we have four major confederational international tournaments take place in 2019. The AFC Asian Cup. We had earlier this year, three take place this summer with the AFCON, the Gold Cup of CONCACAF, and the Copa America. Algeria having won the AFCON yesterday, so now we are at the end phase of our summer of soccer. 4 continents, 4 confederations, regional tournaments have completed, and I wanted to do this tourney because it'd be a good idea. So I decided to have the 4 semifinalists from all 4 tournaments duke it out in a 16-team tournament, nice round even number, of 4 groups of 4. So you see here the champions, the runners-up, the third-place finishers, and the fourth-place finishers. 4 teams from 4 different confederations: Asia, North America, South America, and Africa. And I try to diversify it in a sense of making the groups relatively even. No 2 teams from the same continent are in the same group. Did my own seeding system as well. And I selected a host nation, as I do in all of my fantasy football tournament vids. And the host nation I selected is Japan. So let's go through the groups. We have Group A, Japan, Peru, Haiti, and Algeria. In Group B, we have Argentina, Nigeria, Qatar, and USA. In Group C, we have Chile, Tunisia, Mexico, and the United Arab Emirates. And Group D, we have Brazil, Jamaica, Iran, and Senegal. So, without further ado, let's jump right in to the Semifinalists Cup. So, Japan versus Peru, Haiti versus Algeria. Despite Japan being the host nation, I don't think it'll play in their favor very much. I'm going in the opening match for a 2-0 victory for Peru. Between Haiti and Algeria, I do not think Haiti will be bossed around in this group. As we saw, they defied expectations in the CONCACAF Gold Cup. They're very athletic and physical side. However, Algeria are the African champions, newly crowned. I give a 2-1 victory for Algeria. Moving along, we have Japan versus Haiti and Algeria versus Peru. This is a must-win for Japan if they want to keep their hopes of advancing alive. I think they get a victory here, 2-1, yet another 2-1 loss for Haiti. So Haiti, they're holding their own here. And Algeria versus Peru, I think Algeria, I see them as a more technical side, and we saw how Peru struggled in the group stages of the Copa America. They didn't really get better until the tournament wore on, where they put on that clinic against Chile in the semifinals. They did get to the final of the Copa America against Brazil, which was a massive achievement for Peru, but they didn't start the tournament off very well. And I think Algeria, they'll be able to grind out a result here. I think they'll be set up more in a more organized way to get the best out of their team. I'm going with a 1-0 victory for Algeria here. 1-0 for Algeria. Moving on, we have Peru versus, I think, Haiti? Yeah, and Algeria versus Japan. I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory for Peru here. Yes, yet another 2-1 loss for Haiti. They will exit with 0 points, but in 3 close games, making a good accounting of themselves. A 2-1 victory for Peru. And between Algeria and Japan, because it's the final match day, and because Algeria would be through to win the group with a draw and Japan need to get something, I see this being a 1-1 draw. So, a I've got Algeria winning the group on 7 points. Peru in second on 6 points. Japan in third on 4 points. Haiti in last on 0 points, but they put in a really good performance. So Japan and Haiti are out. Algeria and Peru go through. Moving on to the next group. We have Argentina versus Nigeria. These two teams cannot seem to avoid each other. They always get paired in World Cup draws. The last 5 consecutive World Cups, Argentina have been paired with Nigeria. 5 of the last 6, I think, as well. And Argentina always wins, but it's always been a very close affair with Nigeria. 3-2, 2-1, 1-0. Argentina's always come out at the end on top. This time, however, I'm going to give the newest bronze medal finishers of the AFCON some penance here. They will win. They will finally get one over on Argentina. Nigeria wins this game 2-1 over Argentina, finally. Fun fact, both of these teams actually finished in third place in their regional tournaments this summer. Argentina in the Copa America and Nigeria, like I said, in the AFCON. But here, Nigeria walks away as victors for the first time, 2-1. Qatar versus USA. I am going to go with a 1-1 draw, which will do no team any favors, considering Argentina and Nigeria are probably the favorites to come through. So the next game, we have Argentina versus Qatar. These two teams met each other in the group stages of the Copa America, where Argentina ran out 2-0 winners. Qatar put in, I think, a better performance than most people would have expected them to. They only got 1 point from that group, but they could have gotten more. They could have beaten Paraguay. They could have held on against Colombia, if not for James Rodriguez's late brilliance. And for my money, if Qatar was in an easier group at Copa America, they advance. So Argentina versus Qatar, the rematch. I'm gonna say this. I'm looking at another Iceland 2018 type of situation, where Argentina is stifled and held to a meager stalemate 0-0 draw between Argentina and Qatar. And a game between USA and Nigeria. It's tough, but this is going to be a close group. A lot of draws will be in this group. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw here. I know Nigeria will be coming off of the high of having finally beaten Argentina, but the USA will need something in order to stay alive, and because of that, I think the two teams will cancel each other out, so a 1-1 draw. And then the final match day, we have, I think, Nigeria versus Qatar, USA versus Argentina. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win here for Nigeria over Qatar, and yet another scoreline 2-0 victory for Argentina over the USA. So the group winners are Nigeria. Nigeria will win the group with 7 points. Argentina will come in second on 4 points. They'll salvage themselves just like they did in the last match day in Russia. USA coming in third on 2 points. Qatar coming in last also on 2 points, but with an inferior goal differential. I think this is going to be a very tight group, but USA and Qatar are out. And Nigeria and Argentina go through. So moving on to Group C, we have Chile versus Tunisia, Mexico versus the United Arab Emirates. I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory for Chile. A golden generation sort of on the waning years, but they should have too much quality here. Over. Look for a late Arturo Vidal winner over the Carthage Eagles. Mexico versus UAE. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Mexico. Tata Martino still unable to figure out some issues at the back in most games. I think 9 games so far under his tenure. Mexico has only managed to keep 2 clean sheets. But they are scoring an average of 3 goals per game, which is absolutely spectacular. So that's good news for Mexico. But Mexico wins this match 2-1. We have Chile versus Mexico, and you know Mexico will want to avenge the 7-0 from the 2016 Copa America Centenario. You can bet your ass they'll want to do that. Mexico versus Chile. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Mexico. They will get revenge on Chile. Tunisia versus the UAE. They will cancel each other out in a 1-1 draw. Then we have Tunisia versus Mexico. And we have UAE versus Chile. So I'm going to go with a I'm going to say a 2-1 win for Mexico. Again, I think inability to keep clean sheets will hurt them. They did get a clean sheet on the U.S. in the final and in Haiti in the semifinal of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. But against stiffer opposition, they have been leaking in goals. But still, they're outscoring their opponents. Tata Martino has a 100% record so far. So a 2-1 victory for Mexico over Tunisia. And between the UAE and Chile, I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Chile. So Mexico will win the group, making a huge statement with 9 points. A big statement. Chile with 6 points. Tunisia way behind with 1 point. UAE also with 1 point, but Tunisia ahead on goal differential. Tunisia, UAE are out. Mexico, Chile go on to the quarterfinals. Moving on to the last group, we got Brazil versus Jamaica. We got Iran versus Senegal. Brazil versus Jamaica, I'm going with a 4-0 victory for Brazil. And Iran versus Senegal, I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. I think Iran's defensive sturdiness, as we saw in the Asian Cup, will be enough to get something from this game. We saw Senegal, they never really got out of second gear in the AFCON. They reached the final of the AFCON while not playing their absolute best. So what does that tell you about Senegal? It tells you that Senegal is a class team. However, Iran, for several years now, have built up a reputation of being one of the most defensively astute sides to come out of Asia. I'm seeing this being a 1-1 draw. Moving on, we have Brazil versus Iran, Senegal versus Jamaica. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Brazil. I think Iran will put in a valiant effort, but it just won't be enough in the end. It really, really will not be. And between Senegal and Jamaica, I'm going to say Senegal will win this match. A little bit unconvincingly, I'll say 1-0 for Senegal. 1-0. Then we have Jamaica versus Iran. and Senegal versus Brazil. Okay, last match day. Both these teams need to get a victory. Caution to the wind, wide open game, which means a 2-2 draw between Jamaica and Iran. And then Senegal versus Brazil. I'm going to go with a 3-1 victory for Brazil. Senegal will score. Brazil's clean sheet will be broken, but Brazil will still run away with this group on 9 points. So Brazil on 9 points. Senegal in second on, I think, 4 points. Iran on 2 points. Noble effort. Jamaica in last with 1 point. So Iran and Jamaica are out. Brazil, Senegal to the quarterfinals. So let's get to the quarterfinals. Well, the first quarterfinal is Group A winners Algeria versus Argentina, the Group B runners-up. Then we have Group C winners Mexico versus Group D runners-up Senegal. Other side of the bracket in the quarterfinals, we have Group B winners Nigeria versus Group A runners-up Peru. And we have Group D winners Brazil versus Group C runners-up Chile. Some interesting matchups, and really some games that I can see going either way. So Algeria, the current African champions, versus the runners-up from Group B, Argentina. And I think Argentina would be in for one hell of a fight here. However, Argentina will win this match. They started off really, really poorly in the group stages, just like they did in the Copa America, but we know how far they got this time around. We know what they did in Russia. They struggled in the group stages. They found a way to get through. They always seem to find a way to do just enough, but not enough to win tournaments. It's been 26, 27 years, but Argentina's not going out in the quarterfinal to Algeria. I'm sorry. But it's gonna be close. I say a 2-1 win for Argentina. Mexico versus Senegal is going to be a 1-1 draw. It will go to penalties. Guillermo Ochoa will make some saves. Mexico will win on penalties 4-2 after a 1-1 draw. Nigeria versus Peru. Now, this is really hard. I said earlier, Peru, they have that pedigree in tournaments, specifically Copa Americas, having reached the semifinals in 3 of the last 4 editions at least. Didn't do so well in the group stages, but they are a tournament team, and I think they will win this match 1-0 over Nigeria. 1-0. Then we have Brazil versus Chile. I'm going to go with a 2-0 victory for Brazil. Just too much. So as you can see, it's a very Latin American-centric semifinal, but that is just the current reality of this international scene. So the semifinals have Argentina versus Mexico, and I have Peru versus Brazil. That's just how it is, guys. 3 of the 4 semifinalists are from South America. South America is one of the strongest confederations in the world, and then Mexico also in there from CONCACAF. So let's jump right into the semifinals. Argentina versus Mexico. Historically speaking, Argentina has Mexico's number. So I'm going to go with a win here for Argentina. It's going to be really high scoring, though. I'm going to say a 4-2 win for Argentina over Mexico. Yes, indeed. Argentina are in the final. Peru versus Brazil. You know, this will be a triple rematch because they played each other twice in the Copa America within the span of the last month. They played in the group stages. Brazil beat Peru 5-0. And they played in the final, the 2019 Copa America. Brazil won 3-1. They're going to get past Peru again. I'm going to switch things up here a bit because Brazil has won a lot of my fantasy football tournaments. And you guys know that I don't always pick favorites to win because you have to have a few curveballs here and there. I'm going to say third time will be the Peruvian luck charm, and Peru will play more pragmatically. They'll set up the same way like Venezuela and Paraguay did. It'll be 0-0, and Peru, goalkeeper Galese, will make some saves on penalties, and Peru will get to the final. Peru will beat Brazil to get to the final on penalties. So we have a third place game. Mexico versus Brazil. And Brazil will win. There's no way that Brazil is going to lose 2 games in a row. That's not happening. You hear any noise in the background, it's because my wash machine is like churning. Brazil will win this match 1-0 because Mexico tends to give Brazil a fight. So Mexico will finish in 4th. Brazil will finish in 3rd. And my final of the Semifinalists Cup 2019 tournaments is Argentina and Peru. And you know what's really interesting? Both of these teams did not win their groups earlier in this video. One of them started off with a loss to Nigeria. The other one lost to Algeria. And now they've met in the final, guys, because sometimes international football, sometimes tournaments just work that way. So who wins the final? Argentina versus Peru. I'm going to give it a 2-1 victory for Aquafina. Yes, Argentina has won. It's taken 70 editions of my series, but Argentina has finally won a fantasy football tournament. Peru, just like in the Copa America, finished runners-up. Argentina wins the Semifinalists Cup 2019. So Argentina first, Peru second, Brazil third, Mexico fourth. Leave a comment below, like, subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you soon, God willing. Until then, peace out.